Hi doctor, my name is Ho Shaojian and my partner's name is Li Xinjie. My group will be presenting a topic namely behavioral problems in dogs. This is the overview of our presentation. Firstly, we'll be talking about the behavioral problems in dogs. We'll be giving examples of behavioral problems observed in the dogs. Next, we'll be talking about factors linked to behavioral problems in dogs. What leads to the dogs to behave abnormally? And eventually, we'll be talking about the methods to solve behavioral problems in dogs. These are the previous studies that we referred to throughout the completion of our task. There are 10 journals that we found on the internet. Examples of, let me introduce what are the behavioral problems in dogs. We found 3. Firstly, aggression. Aggression can be divided into 3 subdivisions, mainly 3 subdivisions. Firstly, dominance aggression. It occurs as the dog feels a threat from another dog or person. The dog recognizes them as lower ranking individuals. Next, territorial and protective aggression. It occurs when a territory is protected by an animal against any threats. So if someone tries to invade the territories, they will defend against it and they will behave aggressively. Lastly is the maternal aggression. When a female dog is pregnant or is in a pseudo-pregnancy status, they will be behaving more aggressively than when they are not pregnant. Next, fear. Fear is affected by the dog's temperament, deficiency in socialization, and previous traumatic experiences. Last but not least, eating disorder. One of the examples of eating disorder observed in dogs is coprophagia. Coprophagia is the consumption of feces. Next, I'll be talking about the factors linked to aggression, fear, and eating disorder in the dogs. Firstly, factors linked to aggression in dogs. The first example is frustration. Next, physical discomfort. Physical discomfort is when a dog is in pain or under the weather, so they will behave aggressively. Lastly, insufficient socialization. When a dog doesn't feel relaxed or secure in a situation, they will behave aggressively because they want to protect themselves. Moreover, factors linked to fear in dogs. Firstly, lack of adequate exercise. Next, aging. Aging is related with the neurological development of a dog. Next, past terrible experiences. When a dog is traumatized by the past terrible experiences, they will have bad impressions of a thing. For example, they encounter a car accident, so they will be fearful of a car. Next, lack of social and environmental exposure. Lastly, illness or painful physical condition. They increase the anxiety and contributes to the development of fear, phobias, and anxieties in the dogs. After that, factors linked to eating disorder in dogs. Firstly, eating disorder is due to loss of appetite. Next, gorging is eating everything in sight regardless of whether the dog is hungry or not. It is because of boredom. A dog is too bored, so they want to do something to fill up their boredom, so they do gorging. Next, pica. Pica is when a dog eats non-food items such as coal, chalk, and other unappetizing materials. This is an attention-seeking behavior. Lastly, eating feces, which is coprophagia. it is also an attention-seeking behavior. This is the sampling map that we took in our task. We had collected data from three different countries. The first country is USA, with respondents of 632. Next, Netherlands, with respondents of 133. Lastly, Romania, with respondents of 100. Respondents are the dogs. Next, this is the analysis of the data we collected. Firstly, diagnostic classification of patients presented for treatment. This is for the aggression, this is for the fear, this is for miscellaneous problems such as eating disorders and whatnot. Under the aggression category, the problems of dominance recorded the highest number of cases presented to a vet. For fear, it is also the problems of dominance presented the highest number to the vet. And lastly, miscellaneous problems, also the problems of dominance. So problems of dominance can lead to many problems in dogs. And the most cases presented to the vet are coming from are caused by the problems of dominance. Next, I'll be passing to Li Xinjie to talk about her parts. Thank you.
My name is Li Xinjie. I will talk about the data of the cause of fear in dogs. There are many causes of fear in dogs. For example, traveling with car, veterinarian, high water pressure, people with specific smell, loud noise, and others dog. You can see from the chart, the higher cause, the major cause of the fear is the dark brown color one, which is loud noise. The others color yellow, gray, green, blue, the cases is just 1 or 2%, which are high water pressure, others dog, people with specific smell, traveling with car, and others. Next, this is the data showing frequency of copper phrasing in dogs of castrated and intact. The dark brown color one is castrated, the light brown color is intact. The left one is the male dog, the right one is the female dog. You can see from the data, the male castrated dog has higher frequency of copper phrasing than the male intact dog, while for female neutering dogs and intact dog, they have almost the same percentage. Next is the discussion. In the discussion, I will going to talk about the method to solve the aggression in dogs, fears in dogs, and eating disorder. First is the method to solve the aggression in dogs. First method to solve aggression in dogs is do not do the thing that will provoke the dog. If the dog will react when you touch its tail, so don't touch its tail. Next is the passive behavior modification. Passive behavior modification encourages the dogs to obey honor instruction. Next method is giving compliment to the dogs. When honor can give compliment to the dog when it displays a desired behavior. So the dog will know this is the behavior that the owner wants. Moreover, you can also neutering the dog to solve its aggression problems. By neutering the dogs can lower its aggressions. Thus, you can put the aggressive dog on leash when go outdoor, so the aggressive dog won't hurt people or other dogs. Besides, you can also call in professions. Professions can give you a plan that can manage your dog aggressions. Last method is be consistent, patient, and positive when solving the problems. There are few methods to solve the fears in dogs. First is giving anti-anxiety medications. Owner can give pharmacotherapy, which can solve the fear aggressions problems in dogs, especially when the dog is in a changing environment and they will feel insecure and nervous. Next method is give adequate exercise. Adequate exercise can burn dog excessive energy and maintain dog health stages. Last method is consulting the veterinarian. When the dog shows sudden signs of fears, aggressions may have underlying problems. By consulting the vet can determine the case of your pet. There are methods to solve the eating disorder in dogs. First, you can give attention to the dog. This is because eating ficus behavior can caused by attention-seeking problem. Next method is the owner must be patient. If the dog have feces eating behavior, they need more attention and care. So the owner must be patient and while taking care of the dogs. Last method is consulting the veterinarian. Owner must notice the fecal eating behavior at an early age and bring the affected dogs to the veterinary clinic and hospital for consultation and treatment. Last but not least, we come to the conclusions. The behavior such as dominant, aggression, territories, and protective aggressions, maternal aggression, fears, and eating disorder are not something that can get away overnight. In order to solve this problem, we have to know and understand the behavior problems of the dog and design a plan and take in actions to solve this problem. In conclusions, eliminate behavior problems of affected dogs can bring happiness and safety to both dogs and humans. This is all from us. Thank you for your attention.